God says to stop trying to repair the old. Stop trying to repair what no longer serves you. See, God is doing a new thing in this season. So the old won't do you any type of good this time around. God was speaking to me so clear today, and a thing that He highlighted to me was the word new, new, new on like numerous occasions today. Another word He highlighted to me was grace. Grace, grace, grace. So today I had an interaction with a student that I knew was God the minute it happened. A student came to me with a problem. His ID case was broke, so he couldn't really put it on his lanyard anymore. And so he came up to me and he was like, "My lanyard's broke and I can't put my new ID in the case." Or not his new ID, but his ID that he's had. So me being me, I'm like, "Okay, I got you." So I went to the desk and I went to go tape it up. I did all the extra measures to go fix it. I was like, "Okay, this should last him, a good minute." So after I've spent like 10, 12 minutes repairing this ID case, I go up to him and I'm like, "All right, like, here you go." I told him that should last you. So me, I'm expecting the child to be like, "Thank you, like, you're a real one." But instead, I met with a half smile and he's like, "Thank you." So I'm like, "Oh, that's weird, whatever." So I go about my business and then I come back around and I'm like, did it work? Were you able to put your ID in there? Like, did it connect? So as I'm saying that, I looked down to see if it worked, only to find that he had the case in his hand and it was still empty. So I'm like, "Man, I know I taped this thing like 50 million times. Like, it should hold." And the kid told me, he was like, "I'm just going to get a new one." I was like, "That's a good idea." Yeah. And the minute he told me that, I knew right off the bat that God was speaking to me. So I say all that to say, why are you settling? And why are you trying to repair the old when God has something new for you? When you can just get something new. When God takes something out of your life, that is Him setting you up to get something new. Not to return back to your own vomit and try to repair what that was. Because then you're settling. Do not sell yourself short. And you see how the kid had a mindset of, I can just get a new one. But I was stuck in the mindset of, oh, we can just repair this and make it work. But why would he do that when he's in the position to get a new one? One that is going to work better than the one that he had. And God highlighted to me was his ID. Of course, it was still, his ID, but it needed to be put in a new casing. I don't think y'all hearing me. Being that it broke, his old casing broke, he had to put his ID into a new casing. What once served you no longer serves you now. God has broken off those shackles that once held you down, that once had you bound, that once got you by. But God is saying, I am breaking off the casing of your identity, and I'm putting you into a new casing, which is your identity in me. All those old things that you identified with no longer serves you. For you are stepping into the new. God says, don't settle. Prepare your mind for what is new. Prepare your mind. Get into a place to where you come into alignment with the will of God. But you can't do that if you settle. You can't do that if you try to go back to the old and repair that and take it into the new season. You can't do that because eventually it will give out on you. And remember, I taped it up knowing that it wasn't going to last him that long, knowing it was only a quick fix. And even me like giving it to him, I was just like, I hope this lasts, friend. I hope it lasts. And I was trying to repair it with like the weakest tape. It's like the little tape that you have at your desk that you just, you know what I'm saying? That was not going to last. And so God is saying to position your heart to receive. Be in expectation of what God has for you. Be in expectation of the new. God also told me to don't be afraid to have hope. I know you're so used to being let down on certain things and you're afraid to get your hopes up on things, but God says, do not be afraid to have hope. Live in expectation of what I have for you. He needs you to have that hope to get in alignment, to have that heart to receive. God says, do not be afraid to step into the new because grace is upon you. So do not be afraid to have hope. Don't be afraid to step into this new chapter of your life because God has given you the grace to do so. The Holy Spirit says, it's your time. It's your time. and that overflow will transpire. Overflow will transpire. It's your time. You know, when those people tell you to not go back to the old, when you know that your season is changing, to not go back into the old, that not only applies to your actions and different things, it also applies to your mindset. Position your heart into a place to receive overflow. See things as overflow. Exercise your faith. And this word in the encounter that I had today really reminds me of that verse. You know which one I'm about to do? Matthew 9:17. And it says right here, and no one puts new wine into old wineskins, for the old skins would burst from the pressure, spilling the wine and ruining the skins. New wine is stored in new wineskins so that both are preserved. So, referring back to the ID situation, along with this verse, I want you to keep this in mind. The new identity that you have in God in this present moment, right here, right now, it cannot fit into the new covering that God has for you. Your identity is far too great. You've healed too much. Like you're a better person, and putting yourself back into those habits, back into that old covering, would cause it to burst, because the change that God has done in your life is just too great. And when you put yourself back into those different habits, back into those circumstances that no longer serve you, you are shrinking yourself. You are playing small. You are putting yourself in a covering to which you don't even fit in, to which when you do get into it, it'll just burst. This time, it will be different. This time, you're not going to shrink yourself. This time, you're going to do it for God. This time, you're going to do it for yourself. This time, you're going to pour into yourself. And you're going to keep your eyes forward, ahead. God keeps highlighting to me Isaiah 43:18-19. It says, but forget all that. It is nothing compared to what I am going to do. For I am about to do something new. See, I have already begun. Do you not see it? I will make a pathway through the wilderness. I will create rivers in the dry wasteland. I don't know why I kept looking up and down like that, but anyways, though, God says, forget all that old stuff. I'm doing something new. And although the what is ahead, may not look as promising, and going back to the old may be more comfortable, God says, I can make a way out of no way. It won't do you any good going back to comfort. It won't do you any good going back to those old habits. Your best bet is moving forward and having the faith and trusting God and trusting that He's going to provide you with provision to keep moving forward. But you cannot go back. The time is now. You do not want to stall time any longer. The time is now. And this time will be different. Do not be afraid to have hope in this season. Do not be afraid to have hope in this season. This time will be different. No more sabotage. Yes, I'm talking to you. No more sabotage. Don't you go back now. God has already begun the new thing. Don't you go back now and forfeit your blessing. God has already begun. God says, don't you see it? Don't you see it? It has already begun. It's already happening for you. It's already unfolding for you. Don't lose your progress. You've come too far to turn back now. God has brought you too far to turn back now. You literally have no choice but to step out on faith. So just do it. Like Nike. And He has given you the grace to do it. He has. Just heed into His word. Seek Him first. What is God telling you in this moment? Take it day by day, step by step. Okay. I love y'all, and I pray that this was encouraging. I pray this word was a blessing to you. And I love y'all. Love and blessings.